Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Long Road to Novigrad, a Witcher TTRPG mini-campaign. Last we left off in Crow's Perch, there were some explosions. There was a doppelganger, a Doppler. There was a fight. There was ice. And then the Baron was a little mind muddled. And said, okay, yeah, go, what was the word? Violently investigate? Something like that?
Aggressive investigation.
Aggressively investigate towards Novigrad, and the Baron would supply you or offer some supplies for the venture. And so with that, we are going to jump to the next day. You've all rested, done what you have for the night, whatever that may be. You have... question for Osvaldo. Do you stay in the local, like living house that the others have been, or do you think you have a room in the Baron's estate?
I have a spot that is it's essentially where his personal jailer on the castle grounds of the Baron is. So he's down there.
In
that's
the basement.
Where his room or workshop area is at. And that's just so then if the guards do happen upon something weird and they can't keep it with everyone else who's, stealing or rotating crops in the wrong direction or things of that nature, they might get brought under here. And that's where I go, okay, yeah, there's something off with them. Let me look into it. And if it's just a crazy person, then I go, that's your guys' problem.
Okay, so you're hanging out in the basement.
Yep.
Simple as that's where the cells are. That's where the jailer would be. You're hanging out in the basement. So when morning does come, you are all delivered supplies. The supplies come to you in the morning. So Osvaldo, whether you're coming upstairs or someone brings it down to you, you are met with a basket of some potions and any alchemical supplies you may have asked for. For Dorvic and Averan back at the townhouse, you are also delivered any supplies you may have asked for, whether it be armor, weapons, and the alchemical supplies. Which if you have not added, go for it. Add it to your sheet. Look at the stuff that you can add. There's some good stuff. And
yeah, I'm looking.
Vidar, I'm imagining you're out early for one reason and one reason only. You're in front of the blacksmith being handed a freshly forged axe.
Sure am.
Which is when one of the guards also finds you with your potions from the Baron.
Perfect.
As you all have gathered your equipment, I'm going to kick things off with Osvaldo. Do you immediately go meet the others to begin these aggressive investigations?
No, so around the same time that the other Witcher would be going and receiving their axe from the blacksmith, Osvaldo would have gone up to meet with the Baron as they're going through their morning, meal discussions, whether they're dignitaries or missives that they're answering, things of that nature. Osvaldo would be going up then, handing him the key to that little storage closet, essentially, that he's been living and operating out of in the dungeon as safekeeping, so that if he is captured or grabbed or something by the witch hunters, they don't have access in through this very specific point of the castle itself. And then we'll just ask if the Baron is aware of any other, if they've received message or anything of the movements of the witch hunters.
He's probably mid-meal at his table. There's probably some papers on his side that, he's reading as he's eating. And he says, no new movements, but I'm fairly confident they are holding the city.
Oh, fair enough. Well, less to say, more to do. I would hope that in finishing this, we make this a more permanent ordeal than just a casual contracting.
He cuts into his steak or whatever, and he says, there are always monsters to handle. And he takes the bite.
I'll take that as I can expect a more fruitful conversation when I return. And he'll grab an apple off of the table there and just kind of rub it against the shirt. Take a bite into it and then go to walk out.
As you go to walk out, he holds you for a moment. And he says, it's one of our last, so take good care of them. And he snaps and calls for someone, and one of the house servants, if you will, walks in with an object that has a cloth over it. And they place it on the table nearest you. If you take the cloth off, it is your messenger hawk.
Yes.
It has, the hood over the head. Its wings are folded in. It's on a little perch in the cage.
Undoes the cage and just full removes the hood off of the head, offers onto the shoulder with the almost the leash itself tied underneath the armpit and shoulder to hold him in position. Well, there we have it. I'll send them every 2 days and then return them with any information, or if he can carry it, any extras.
Nods his head, takes another bite. It's a good thing you're not a cat witcher.
No, never. I just gotta make sure the dog doesn't eat this, and then we'll just start walking out of the Baron's Keep and heading towards the rest of the new homies.
All right, and as you begin heading out, the blacksmith is not far away. Within a couple of minutes, you are there, and likely see Vidar. Would you be testing the axe? Would you be grinding it to give it extra sharpness? Would you be swinging it around? There's a test dummy there. What are you doing as Osvaldo enters the scene?
He's probably definitely testing the heft and weight of it, getting a good feel. Given it was a dwarf who crafted it, he's pretty sure the sharpness is already to its finest. But he's mostly just getting a feel for the weight and how and all that in his hands. Isn't gonna quite swing it yet, but familiarizing himself with every bit of it, like the length, the reach, all of that.
Do you have fate on your back, or is it wrapped up?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Oh no, he has it on his back.
So Osvaldo, you see the dog testing the heft of this axe with the, 8-foot-tall sword on his back.
Which for him probably doesn't look that out of place.
Nope. I told you Bell End was a good smith. He'd get you taken care of.
Agreed. Done fine. Quite fine.
I personally would consider maybe tipping the man, so it's not just payment that he got from the Baron for the work he did.
Kind of eyes you from the corner of his eye a bit before he takes out a small bit of his coin and sets a small, just say too small, but a few stacks down table.
You do see the dwarf does the classic thing of he takes the first one, bites it, and then takes the rest of the coin, the crowns.
Mm-hmm.
And the axe feels great in your hands. Almost as if one could say if it was made for you.
Yeah.
Well, my fellow monster in disguise like myself, which one of our traveling friends do you think is more suited to animal companionship?
As you see a hawk on his shoulder.
Right, Cinead.
Oh, the lost one. And he's now like looking around to see if he can see Cinead just wandering somewhere.
Roll me awareness.
I think I got.
He's the only one of us who has a horse.
Yeah, absolutely not. That is 13.
He's probably back at the townhouse with the others.
Okay. Oh, I think I might give it to the priest. I trust him a little bit more. They seem to have the bow in their hand. They seem to not be getting too close to fights as it is, and the further back, the easier it is to send a message back than it is from right on the front lines. Now thank the nice smith.
He'll just again stare you down before looking at the smith and just gives a nod. That's all he's getting from him, clearly.
I will say the smith probably does say something to the tune of like joking around, like throwing an insult towards Osvaldo. Like imagine him saying, "Man, such a bully," but with more expletives, but in a joking manner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's such a fuckhead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Full blown.
Mhm.
Oh, see, we can teach an old dog new tricks. Let's go meet up with the rest of them and get on our way.
Alright. As the two of you walk towards the townhouse, Dorvic, Averan, what are you doing? Are you still in your tiny little room, or have you made your way out towards like the tavern bar area proper?
Yeah, I think Averan would definitely, like, after dealing with all, everything that needed to be handled, would be definitely hastily going back to his, preferred location, which is a bar, indeed.
Already a drink in your hand? Are you're right beside him, Dorvic?
I may not be drinking, but I think I'm
Mhm.
not gonna just sit in my room by myself. So I'll come out here and then just kind of do some people watching,
Okay.
hang out with my buddy.
Would you like to give me a? Let me look at the skills. Actually, let me get myself reacquainted with the ancient tome that we use to run this game proper. Let me see here. Give me, if you got it, even if you don't, you can still roll a d10. Human perception.
That's only a 7. Or wait, no. Hold on, I have to add the empathy skill. Making that a 16.
A lot bigger than a 7.
Very different, incredibly different number. Yes.
Was that an open roll? Or...
That was for Dorvic. While you're listening in as Averan's drinking the sorrows away, maybe flirting up the house with someone, you're listening in to the various people that come in and go, and there are a few, maybe 1 or 2 guards that come and go. Mostly just the people living in the area. A few people are talking about the explosion. It wasn't quiet, and word travels fast in a smallish town. Other than that, not much catches your ear. Maybe a few people here, maybe 1 or 2 people here and there mentioned that, their third cousin twice removed thought they saw a dragon in the mountains, but that's their third cousin twice removed. How truthful is that?
Right. Okay. Well, I guess I'll just enjoy being, the only one who knows what happened there, or one of the only people who knows what happened there.
All right.
Yeah.
As you're drinking and people watching, I'll say Cinead is with you. I'm not just going to cardboard cut out of him for this. He's probably drinking some tea or something. The Witchers, you both walk in and you see the trio at the bar, at the table. Dorvic's watching people, listening in. The 2 mages are drinking vastly different drinks.
Oh, something to keep the feet light and the spirit high. I can agree with that. And Osvaldo will come over towards the group and then motion towards Dorvic. Would you like a friend?
This is yes.
Good. All yours. Every 2 days, send it back, and then just starts handing over this messenger hawk.
Dorvic, despite wanting it, is jarred at being gifted an animal. And it's just like, oh, okay, and diet, care.
Little feed bag.
Oh,
Here you go.
Right.
Twice a day. If we don't catch anything out in the wild, every 2 days, we send it flying back with a note, some kind of information, where we're going, how it's going, who we're fighting, who we're not fighting. They will send them back to us with any prevalent information, map details, maybe even accompanied with someone bringing us any materials or things that we might desperately need in the near future, if sent requests with enough time, as it would be. But that's yours. Anything happens to it, you can deal with the Baron.
Dorvic, roll me a wilderness survival.
Okay. That's an 18.
Okay. It doesn't try to eat your ears as it jumps up on your shoulder. It seems fairly passive right now. That could easily change the second you encounter anything on the road.
I do give Dorvic the hood and cowl cover for the hawk. I give him all of the equipment that was there for the messenger hawk. I give to Dorvic, so it's not like, oh, you get to deal with it, and if it gets spooked and starts nipping your ear, sucks to suck, haha. No, like genuine, all of the things necessary for this.
Same information. If you happen to run into a vampire on the road, you know, a hawk, you might not want it directly on your shoulder.
Yeah. Okay.
But Osvaldo does give you all the information, all the equipment to take care of the hawk. And it seems fairly passive right now.
I think I'm gonna just let it hang out there and try not to upset it just yet. And maybe in a little bit I'll try and pet it and see if it hates me or not.
I don't know if it hated you, it would have already snapped your nose off with its entire, like, it's almost like medical instrument sharp with its beak. But once we start moving, you can let it fly, circle around us. It knows the scent of the cowl and the glove and the leash and the snacks, so it'll always stick around until we send it off.
I feel like you know a lot about birds, and then you sort of gave the birds away.
I am very well acquainted with a great deal of beasts in this world, but I also know that I like to be right in front of people, cutting into them, slicing their throats, fighting monsters, whereas you were in the back of the room, bow and arrow, trained, ready to respond. At a distance, you could send the hawk away so that it won't be harmed, or send a message before harm comes to us.
All right, I will take care of it.
There's
And if
also
it bites me,
some real life lore that makes this even funnier.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Averan, any reaction from you as you're drinking? You see the two witchers come in, and suddenly your priest has a hawk on his shoulder.
How I imagine this would probably go down is Averan, like, is just caught up in what he's doing and, like, going over his, like, pack and making sure everything's accounted for, like, what he was, you know, had acquired. And, like, is taking drinks and then like, looks over. And I imagine just, like, right over here is, like, a bird all of a sudden. And he looks down at the drink and then just kind of, like, pushes it away. I think I've had enough. And then, like, after, like, probably, like, 5 minutes of the interaction, would then probably go to touch the bird, realizing the bird is actually real. Holy shit.
Give me a wilderness survival.
Oh god, the bird's gonna hate me.
13. Alright. Oh, that's so funny. 1 second.
I hope it's, like, the most brutal thing ever. I can heal myself, so I don't really care. I just think it'll be funny.
Are you actively trying to dodge? Because it rolled a 12 to attack you.
No, I am not actively trying to dodge. I wouldn't expect a hallucination to attack me, now would I?
So it's gonna nip you for 3 points of damage on your finger.
Oh yeah, it, like, takes the tip of the finger, and he's just, like, looking at it like, oh, like, freaking out. It's like, fuck.
I think that would have happened if the bird didn't like you.
oh, well, I'll just not worry about it then. It seems fine.
So we make our way towards Novigrad. Who's the, like, group leader among y'all?
No one answers.
Were we meant to have chosen that?
I don't really think it matters.
Well, I didn't assume you were leading the pack at all. So, does anyone here have a map?
I actually think Cinead does. So they'll roll out a map onto the countertop in front of everyone.
There we go. See, I knew I liked this wizard.
And they'll point and do like we are here. We can do this way or this way. There are two pathways you can take. Leaving Crow's Perch, you can go to the right, circle it around the right, and go towards the village that you originally started at, Osvaldo.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can go circle around the left, go a bit further towards a village known as Lindenvale, and then cross a bridge. Both pathways eventually lead to another town on the map you see called Mulberrydale. But one is either trekking through where you killed the vampire, or going away that you have not been.
Which one seems most befitting for our lovely crew here? As he turns to ask everyone which way is best.
I was muted. One path is closer to civilization, which is the left way out. The right way is further from civilization.
Okay. How about this? Which direction were the witch hunters in?
The right direction where Osvaldo came from. Or at least that's where they passed by.
Yeah. He'll look towards Osvaldo and then make the motion towards the right side. Someone wants them investigated, don't they?
An aggressive investigation, but if we can also we know that they're going to be holding the town. If they're this far ahead of us with this much time on their hands, they're probably already within. So it's just a matter of what position do we want to approach it from? Do we want to go head forward, headstrong through the front door? Do we want to flank around the sides? Do we want to be scaling walls, digging holes?
As I gotta open our own map to get a better look at it all.
There are multiple ways into Novigrad. There is still a bit of travel to go, but you are all fairly close. Novigrad is a city that is open to the ocean, but directly on the land, it does have walls and bridges, and a small little shanty town outside the walls as well. It's just about getting there proper.
Do we want to approach from the western gate? Do we want to approach from the front Novigrad gate? Do we want to attempt coming through the waters and maybe even by the university?
Which university, might I ask?
That would be the Oxenfurt University.
not be a bad idea.
We do have 2 mages and a priest. Can be sold off or displayed as purchased, hired help to ensure safe passage to the university. And then once there, we just have a bridge to contend with.
It doesn't seem a bad idea.
I'm sure we can deal with readily enough.
Well, absolutely. So that means we're either going by water or we're going in through the western gate.
And to me, it depends. I mean, water is going to be more work.
And Cinead will pipe up and say, are we going to be able to get a big enough boat for my horse?
Well, there's a ferry station just off the side of the Oxenford University. Even if we have to leave the horse there, charter a ferry to the university, there are options. But again, I know my capabilities and where I would if by myself were going into this situation, but I'm not by myself. So I have to take everyone else's strengths and capabilities into understanding here.
Osvaldo gives me very heavy Braun from Game of Thrones. Give me 20 good men and I'll impregnate the bitch vibes.
Maybe not that exact statement, but yeah, you give me 2 wizards, a priest, and another witcher, and I'll find a way into this town.
I feel like what you just said was really different from what he said.
In context, he's
Very
talking.
different.
In context, he's
Nice mountain
talking.
melee.
He's talking about getting through the walls of an impenetrable castle.
That is
There we
helpful
go.
context. Yeah.
Because
Much
there
better
was a
context.
time where they
Yes.
used the term impregnate as a means of
No, that I understand.
entering
Some of
the-
some of us needed a little extra
Yeah.
help.
In
Yeah.
context, he's talking about getting through impenetrable walls.
Yeah, not
Some of
what
us-
might be
Some of
worse.
us at face value is all I'm saying.
We'll
No,
save it there.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
What's really
Um,
funny is they pulled a Motley Bailey, which is a like a debate like concept where you say some really wild thing and then you withdraw to this more defensible fucking statement that
Oh. So we have a ferry option that we can take that's to the south of the university if we want to go by water to go the university route. We would be going past, we wouldn't even get close to the western gate if we went that way. But there is still the option if we want to go through the western gate in the and motions towards motions towards Vidar, that we are the security for the 3 of you getting to the university. If we're not trying to maybe have to pay any money for a ferry itself.
Remind me. Actually, this should be out of character. Remind me, which direction was that one monster hunt in?
the
East.
potential griffin is towards Oxenford. So that would be, east.
Albrightdale?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I mean,
if we're coming from here, right? When we get closer, he'll like pull out like not like so that everyone in the room can see it, but just immediate company, his telecommunicator, and he'll be like, when we get closer, I mean, I could radio ahead and maybe work out some type of deal to get us into the university faster. But we might have to go on some type of rouse as the quote unquote official mage of the Baron, right?
Tell me, does your university like to study monsters?
I don't, not particularly my university. We were more
The
on
university, whatever.
I will say for you, Averan, you would know that the Oxenford University is a magic university. They study a quite good amount of everything, what with monsters themselves being magical.
Then yeah, he would be like, well, Oxford. Some stuff about that for sure.
I would be a wonderful encyclopedia of knowledge for them then, as that is my entire forte.
As is mine.
Oh, you chase rabbits.
And you go after mice.
I succeed.
I bring it up because there's a potential griffin out towards Mulbridale.
Well, you intend to put a bride and bridle on it and ride that over the walls.
No,
Is that an option?
but I'm sure they would, using its corpse as a means of study, as an excuse, would be quite useful. More than just the flesh and head.
I mean, listen, I've got eyes of foglets, I've got the heart scales of a fire elemental, I have the tongue of an alp, a handful of teeth from a zoogle, I have the flesh from a fiend, horns from flesh from a golem, horns from a fiend. I've even got the succubin like glands from the inside of a necker. If they want to have things on creatures, I have more than enough to convince them to let us in, than putting our lives at any unnecessary risk by having to fight a griffin, kill it, cart its body into
There's
town.
also the chance of getting coin that might also help our case.
You
We
have
don't
all
have-
those things, but you're scared of a griffin?
Also, on top of
I'm
that,
not
what does
scared of
Osvaldo
Griffin.
look like right now?
Oh, Oswald. Well, he did have one of the white honeys before leaving, so he looks normal, other than
Okay.
the green eyes at this point. It's not the fear of the griffin; it is unnecessary risk.
Hmm.
If it's
Alright.
something that could be mitigated and avoided, why even put it in the way of achieving the goal that we're attempting to?
All right. Seems like not what I'm seeing, but
Do you want to fight a griffin?
I think that the two of you are having an awful lot of fun competing with each other with words and not fighting a griffin.
I've been persuaded by better men and men with more coin and power than you. I don't need to prove myself to the Hound, and the Hound knows just how venomous I am.
All right.
This is an idle chatter between killers of things that dance in the night that others are afraid to shake hands with.
Very scary. Surely scarier
Have-
than the griffin.
Ren will
also-
literally just like lean into the ear of the priest and be like, "It's all fancy words for a dick measuring contest."
I'm
Like
well.
lean back.
I say I'm well aware.
I also see it as another means of testing how well we can work together. Haven't we just added a new person?
Okay, then let's go fight a griffin to cart its body into a town.
Luke, can you roll me your spell casting?
For what?
Just
1
generalized.
second.
It's the best roll I could think of.
21.
21.
No.
We needed a miracle.
It is 21.
Yes, 21.
Go
I rolled kinda
read the last tidbit in our pinned message.
Okay.
You know the one.
hmm Oh, right. And that's definitely why I was taunting him. I was doing it on purpose, for sure.
And that is brought back up in your mind in this moment.
Right.
I'll just leave it at that. Do with that
Okay.
what you wish.
I'm glad we're in agreement. I think the Griffin is the right way to go.
Lead the way.
And
Is there-
goes to Stan.
Yeah.
Okay. Averan magically heals back his fingertip. All right, good to know.
We haven't.
Oh
we
yeah,
have
you can barely, you
ending
can,
food
you can
for
barely
the
even
bird.
tell it was gone.
That's messed up.
We can always feed the bird. That's what I've learned from this.
Oh no, I definitely do the spell under my robe where it cannot be seen that it's being done.
All right. You all leave, or begin to leave, Crow's Perch. Your friend guard Osvaldo, probably gives
Caleb?
you, Caleb probably gives you one of the, probably gives you like a good luck, but also don't come back. 'Cause that's
Like,
been like
please.
that's been the back and forth between the two of you. It's like, I'm wishing you luck. You've been helpful here. Don't come back.
Just stay wherever it is you go.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sure your contract has ended at this point.
Mhm.
And Osvaldo tells him, I'm almost certain you're getting demoted to just cleaning the Baron's boots by at least this afternoon.
He just lets out a sigh and then orders his men to open the gate. And through the gates you all go. I imagine Cinead's probably on his horse. You begin the journey. It is mostly open fields around Crow's Perch before you see some, a town in the distance. You do begin to see the town of Lindenvale in the distance, which does have a bridge that crosses over to get towards closer to Mulberrydale. But as we kind of get to that border of Lindenvale and this bridge, can I have everyone roll me? You can either roll me a awareness or a wilderness survival, whatever is preferred.
Any mods?
I'm gonna give a plus. I'm gonna give a +4 to our Witchers.
That puts me at a 30.
25.
17.
Averan, awareness or wilderness survival?
Yes, just a moment. I'm sorry.
I'm very bad at math. That was a 19.
19, okay.
I suck at either, so I'll just roll awareness.
Okay, 17. For the mage and the priest, the sun is out high, so it's a bit obscured. You know, the sun's in your face, but your attentions are turned to the skies as you do hear this screeching sound overhead, and a shadow cross over you all, and you're unsure the nature of the beast. You're unsure what it is, but it definitely looks like it could be a griffin. It's a bit more leaf looking than a griffin should normally be. Whether it means it's underfed or not, who knows, but it looks a bit smaller than a griffin would normally.
Would I be able to do nature sight to get a clearer look at it throughout without the sun obscuring it?
Yes, you can.
I
Okay.
will spend stamina.
As you do so, you will get the same information as our witchers do. As our two
My eyes start
witchers,
glaring again.
as our two witchers look up towards the sky after hearing this screech, seeing through the shine in their face. That is definitely not a griffin. Maybe a commoner could mistake it for a griffin at first, but passing overhead and crossing the bridge towards Mulberry Dale, its wings are more sinewy. It has this long tail at its back, draconic in nature. This is a wyvern.
It's a wyvern. I say out loud immediately.
That certainly makes things more complicated. But doesn't change the goal. But I actually get more point out of it.
We'll be the first, and Osvaldo will start pulling vials out from underneath the armored pieces and start puncturing into the side of his neck, one after the other. We're going Noon Wraith, we're going Troll, we're going Wyvern, we're getting the whole Chimera set started.
What does Osvaldo now look like?
So the skin now goes from this, like, almost getting to a chestnut brown from his, like, typical olive tone to almost graying back. The wyvern portion in between where, like, you would see pores on the skin, there now looks to be scales layering one over the other all the way through, and then just this small bit of grayed smoke starts coming out of the ears, the edge of the eyes, wisps out the nose and the edge of the mouth, as it looks like he's going ghost, Danny Phantom reference, but it is like his body is responding naturally to all of these things. The muscles are engaging, everything is flexing and opening up more, similar to what he had looked like in the fight in the Baron's palace. It's in the Baron's keep itself. Now he's not so spry, joking, carrying conversation between everybody. It seems more animalistically focused.
reactions to that, anyone? As you are kind of... You've seen it before. This is the first time I think you've seen the transformation now.
What the root and cause of the transformation is.
He doesn't have any reactions.
Out of curiosity, does my spell like reveal anything about what he's doing with my my special eyes?
I think you would know that they're mutagens.
Okay.
You definitely saw him inject himself, and then he looks no longer like he once did.
And then the amount all at once is more detrimental than average mutagen usage.
Averan, I think you were saying something?
Oh, I think Averan's like too busy trying to look through the glare of the sun right now, trying to spot a wyvern, because like now, like his mind went from, oh, you know, a griffin, that's kind of annoying, to like, oh fuck, a wyvern, like that's it's a little bit different. Oh shit, where is that thing? Fuck.
Are these mutagens or decoctions?
These are mutagens.
Gotcha.
I got a lot more too.
I mostly ask because the book must have something extra to that.
There's a lot of skills, a lot of points went into very specific profession abilities.
Yep.
To accomplish what I'm doing.
Yep. And if I'm not mistaken, unless said otherwise from Vidar, you still have the Noon Wraith mutagen active, which gives you additional plus 10 HP.
Uh-huh. Which, if anyone would have noticed that, it would have been our other Witcher, because his skin has been dry and taut since he's consumed it. I think, in fact, Dorvic arrived after he had consumed it, so it's been that way the entire time you've known him.
But for Azardo, you see a mutagen act. You would now notice a mutagen active if you didn't before in Vidar.
Come on.
In fact, one of them is the same one that he just... Because we both have the Noon Wraith.
Let's go kill the wyvern.
Yeah.
And we're off.
Alright. As you all set off and cross the bridge, you do notice the wyvern has disappeared behind some trees. They have dived down in the distance and have disappeared behind some trees. As you cross the bridge, you can see some rundown buildings with a little dock along the water. If you're looking at the map, you're in that area. And you begin walking into the woods, if you will. And as you walk, I'm not going to ask... Okay, I am going to ask for a roll here. Firstly, I want to know who's leading the pack? Who is in front?
I was gonna say I'd make the argument that the both of us are kind of in the front,
Okay.
being the ones who noticed it first, and the ones who probably have the more experience dealing with them.
All right. So
And
for
probably the ones that want to be closer to
Yeah.
it.
for my two witchers, I'm going to ask for your witcher training, actually.
$17.
25.
25. Okay. Let me look at my information here. Yep, that is good for both of you. As you round a little bend of the road, actually in the middle of the road, with trees on either side, there's kind of a hill that goes up to the right side of you all. You see a wyvern, maybe 50 feet ahead of you, in the middle of the road. Before you all see it, you hear the sounds of something hitting against like a rock. And then as you round the corner, you see this wyvern perched up, like doing like a raptor, like jumping around an object, biting it. It seems to be biting into like a massive rock on the ground. And for the priest and the mage, you're unsure what to make of this. For the witchers, for a brief moment, you're also unsure. You've never seen a wyvern do this before. That is until you see running down the hill towards the wyvern, wearing a soldier's helmet poorly smashed upon their head, a sword that is way too small for their hands, and just pieces of leather just strapped to their massive frame, not fitting them whatsoever, shouting, "Leave my brother alone!" is a rock troll charging at the wyvern. And now you notice the wyvern is attempting to bite and eat a rock troll who is in fetal position on the road.
That's not a common sight.
I leap onto the back of the wyvern.
So you're immediately rushing over like that.
We were already in full motion. Stopped, got a lay understanding of this, saw the rock troll, heading down, yelling this. Okay, so we now have a rock troll. Osvaldo's up mine. I will have a rock troll on my side in killing this thing. So yeah, leaping onto the back of this.
All right.
This wyvern.
We're gonna roll initiative.
Let's go.
Where are my sticky notes?
And then initiative again is plus reflex or dexterity.
It's a reflex, I think.
Yes, reflex. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna use this. Osvaldo.
19.
All right. Dorvic.
18.
18.
Okay.
Let me roll for my rock trolls. They actually have names.
The homies.
Yeah, they have names. Let me go find them again.
Are they the Rocky Mountain Boys?
They have names courtesy of one Oracle of the East.
Ah.
Yes, I asked them for some names, and they have provided. Now let me roll for my wyvern. Wyvern. Osvaldo, you are up first. You rush the wyvern.
What did Vidar and Averan get?
Lower than you.
17.
Lower than me. Damn.
I
Yeah,
got 9.
I'm jumping on the back of this wyvern, and I'm taking a nice stab in the back of its neck with the wooden blade.
Okay.
Maw blades. Okay. $23.
All right. You were just sprinting. I think normally I would roll an awareness to see if it would know you're coming, but if you're just woof, 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 I'm just gonna roll its dodge escape.
Okay.
Which now that I'm doing my monsters correctly, it has a plus 16 to this roll. And it has to
5.
It has to beat a 23, was it?
Yes.
It could, yeah. That's a whoa. Okay, well, unfortunately, oh Jesus Christ. Okay, so it blew up twice. It got a 10 plus 16 for 26 plus an additional 10 plus an 8.
So 36 plus
44.
8 for 44.
So you go running in. Now, I like to let my players also occasionally describe how they miss. What does this look like as the wyvern just fully... You go for the jump on the back and it doesn't.
The wings were still out in that, like, predator, raptor dance around the rock troll on the ground. And so as Osvaldo was rushing forward, he was going to use that as, like, a way to get right onto the back of the wyvern. And it pulled the wings in at hearing the other rock troll rushing towards. So he just went right underneath the wyvern entirely.
And the wyvern takes a jump back, seeing its adversaries, and you are face to face with this wyvern.
I'm gonna spend 2 stamina, and I'm doing it again, but this time right at its chest, throat, head area.
Okay, it does have to spend 2 stamina of its own to defend again, which it will do. $27 this time. Why is this the day that I roll good? Panda, Todd can both vouch for this. He just maxed again for exploding dice.
Damn this wyvern.
Yeah.
32 total.
Welp. This again, it now has full eyes on me and can see where I'm going to strike from, because I'm striking from sliding on the ground and trying to get back up, essentially. That'll be it for me.
Dorvic.
Hi. I think we might have been running crossbows a little bit wrong, but that's irrelevant because now I have a regular bow. So I just got very distracted by that. I will use my regular bow to try to shoot at this wyvern that is coming at us. And I'm also going to probably back up a little bit because this has a range of like 200 meters, so I have room to not be up here.
Okay.
Oh, that exploded.
Oh.
I'm not kidding. I won again.
Oh shit.
You guys know I don't lie because I roll like shit all the time. That's cocked. I'm not gonna count that. That looked like a third explosion, and I don't believe that. Okay, that was much more reasonable.
Is it higher than a 19?
It's so much higher than a 19.
Then you hit.
Yeah, the dice were 28, and then I add, let's see, 34. Looks like a 42 is what I just rolled, I think.
Yes. The wyvern is so busy looking at Osvaldo, it's not expecting to get shot from behind with an arrow.
That was nuts. Okay, hold on. I'll just pull the dice roller. And this does 4d6, I do believe. Okay, that was 12 damage.
12 damage. Okay, so I've learned how monsters work now. When a monster has armor, that is just flat armor. That is just flat damage reduction. So your 12 damage turns into 2 because it has 10 armor.
Unfortunate, but is how it works.
Which then turns into 1 because it takes half damage from piercing and slashing.
I will take my 1 damage.
So you hit it in like one of its scales, and there's a trickle of blood.
Hmm. Well,
that health bar can move, this thing can die.
Mm-hmm.
All that for a drop of blood.
I mean, I don't have to this one doesn't have the slow reload property, so I can spend, what is that, stamina to hit it again. So I might as well, right?
Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to make sure I actually keep track of my stuff. Okay.
And I believe this is per turn for it as well. It's not gonna spend the stamina to defend again.
That's fair.
So as long as you don't roll horrible, you'll hit.
Yeah. I rolled a 9, so that's like
I believe in cases when a monster doesn't choose to defend, as long as you don't fumble, you'll hit the creature.
And I rolled higher than a 20, so we're on track. Much better damage roll, 17.
17, okay. So reduce that by 10, and then split that in half.
So 3 or 4, depending how you round.
Yes, I round up because it adds more numbers. And it's more fun. Oh my god, I need to... Oh Jesus, type in the right stuff. I went to go type in calculator, because I like having a calculator open just to do the math quick for me. I typed in cal. I did not even the full word.
You tried.
I was there. And then previously, I just typed in the number 7. All right, let's go me.
That's my homie.
Vidar, you're up.
Well, let's test one of the new items, shall we? So he's gonna move forward after seeing, the attempts of the others, and kind of try to do his best to flank it on the side, pulling out bait, and going to swing with it.
Okay.
$25.
25. Let me roll. It's a dodge. 20.
Awesome. So that's 14 points of damage.
Where is the hit?
Let me go roll that. Wing tail.
So if
half of that,
successful,
so
your attack will do half damage. Don't forget your silver.
Which is 21 points of damage. On top of that,
And then need to roll for stagger.
so 36 total halved, unless the silver doesn't get halved.
I
think it's the full damage. So 36 in half would be
18.
yes, thank you.
Where am I looking? Boom. Which is then reduced to 8 because of its armor. And I don't think it halves again. I'm not going to have it have a halve.
No, I don't think it does, but
Oh, guys. Oh no, this is
heck,
so
again.
this is so unfortunate. Its current health bar, its current health total, is the funny number.
I'm gonna say nothing. Spending, was it 2 stamina?
I believe
do
it's
another
2
one or
stamina,
what?
yes.
So 23.
3, it will
That's an extra.
spend the stamina to dodge as well. That is a 19. It rolled amazingly against Ark, and then not against anyone else.
Again, so that's 37 and a half, so 18 again.
Okay, so down
So same
to
amount of
8.
damage.
All right.
That's me.
Okay. Need to make sure I got my names correctly. All right, the rock troll who's charged down the hill, with the sword in hand, screaming to leave his brother alone, sees these homies helping him. And goes to attack. Actually, he goes to attack the wyvern with a single punch and like takes a defensive stance over his brother. But before he goes to punch the wyvern, he looks at the 2 witchers and says, "Good job! If you help us, maybe we won't eat you." And then he goes to punch. He got a 30. He got a 30. The wyvern has to blow up to beat that. It does not.
Nope.
It is still halved because of the wyvern. And its armor, so unfortunately the wyvern's only taking 1 point of damage. The other rock troll is staying prone. The wyvern has a few things it can do. It is going to attack twice because its rate of fire is 2, so it can swing twice with its claws. And it is going to first try to attack Vidar, and then it's going to try to attack Osvaldo.
I did nothing to this wyvern. I don't know why it's attacking me.
You interrupted its meal.
But it just got punched by this rock troll and then cut up by Vidar.
You know, that's a good point. I'm going to roll it a wilderness survival. How about that?
I'll accept either way. I'm just saying, I did not hurt this wyvern as of this current juncture.
10 plus... Okay, it rolls very well. It knows that it can't bite through the rock troll, and you're made of flesh and blood. So it is going to...
I tried.
It is going to try to bring its claws down first on Vidar, which I don't know if this is going to roll correctly, so I'm just going to roll it manually. That is a total of 26. Oh, that's not good.
No. Now I gotta go look at a certain...
Vidar fumbled by 9.
Yeah, I gotta go look. Reflex, defense. Oh. Well.
I don't think that would affect you. I don't think...
Ending. Okay, so your weapon takes 2d6 extra points of reliability damage.
I'm not sure if relics have reliability damage.
They do.
Let me
Because
go
Thorn
look.
does.
I don't think I have fates off the top of the dome.
I found it. It has one.
Okay. So it's going to take 2d6 points of reliability damage as you try to block with it, I think is the reasoning there. Which is 7.
Okay.
And if I'm correct here, when you roll over your opponent's defense by 7 or more, which it did, it scores a critical wound.
Uh-huh.
Now, a wyvern is a... To be fair, which doesn't make sense to me, it is a... Let me make sure I'm reading this right. It is a simple threat. Doesn't make sense. So we're only rolling on the simple critical table. Every time you score a critical, roll on the appropriate critical wound table. Yeah, it is a simple critical table.
Okay.
So that is a
You're rolling a d12.
D12, which I shall roll here. A 6. foreign object. The blow lodged a piece of clothing or armor into your wound, causing an infection. Your recovery and critical healing are quartered.
Awesome.
Okay. And it's going to deal extra 3 damage when it to its roll. Let me roll where it hits. Target location. Chest, torso. If successful, your attack will deal standard damage, reduced by any armor you have, of course. "24 points of damage to your torso."
Which is reduced by 8, so that's 16.
And then the claws turn to you, Osvaldo, and go to come down on your face. Phrasing.
I will try to avoid
You're gonna
dodge escape.
You're gonna hate me.
Why am I gonna hate you?
You're gonna hate me.
Take a guess what it just did again.
What's the total?
34.
34. So I need a 19. I need to roll 19 to even be able to.
This has only been happening to you. What is this?
Yeah. Fuck it. We ball. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it.
All right.
We do have a 10 here. So we're
Okay.
at 25 right now. We have a 9. I need a 19. We're at 34. We're even equal.
You got exactly it.
I got
Okay.
exactly 19.
Crazy.
I was about to shit
Wow.
myself.
So
I was like, I'm one off. No.
No, you got it.
So, describe to this is definitely a description moment. Describe to me how, like a Witcher does, like the slow-mo, time slows down. You see the attack coming in. You just saw your fellow Witcher take a brutalized attack against them. How do you dodge this?
This is a in bolt time. This is the quick swap of weapons. Thorn goes back into that chest holster as Osvaldo gets as close to the ground as possible, and then the other hand goes behind his back and grabs one of the cleavers, his Witcher style blades, and brings the cleaver out to push the blade with the back of the blade itself, not the sharpened side, to just push the claw away and stay very low to the ground.
The large flat side of the cleaver into the claw to push it away. So you fully look like a viper.
I am that close to the ground, yes.
Awesome. Damn. That's intense right there.
Ah.
I'm in danger.
Why is it critting me?
Yeah, it's just you. Averan, you are up.
Hey, Averan will move to make sure that they're within 60 meters of Waverin. And then they will cast a spell. They will cast Summon Staff, which, because I just think this is funny, Averan essentially takes his hand up into his air and snaps. The little bit of light emits from it. His garb glows for a moment as a staff magically appears in his hand. Sorry, I had to go magical girl with it for just a moment. Anyways.
Yes, activate the magical makeup kit.
And then, right, hair starts to hover a little bit. Anyways, So then I will spend a little extra stamina to be able to cast again. I will be then casting, well, we know, Earthen Spike.
Yes. So you're spell casting against its dodge.
Yes. No, wait. Is that dodge?
It says dodge or block.
Yes. Right. 23.
You hit. It got a 20.
17 damage.
17 damage.
And I am oh, wait, we gotta roll location. Torso. So I'd spike it in the torso with the earthen spike.
All right. So your earthen spike, unfortunately, it doesn't do a lot of damage. But
Right,
maybe it's
interesting.
like it stabs up in its foot and keeps it there. It's not a lot of damage, but it's stabbed into the wyvern. As we move
I'm doing my part.
to the man who has been crit on so many times. Osvaldo.
Let's go steel cleaver into this fucking wyvern. It does have armor piercing. So does that effect work towards the armor itself?
I do believe so. Let me go look up
It is,
that.
right.
Armor piercing. When subtracting armor from this weapon's damage, only subtract half the armor, so it would reduce its resistance down to 5.
Okay. Alrighty. So first swing with the steel cleaver. A 24.
24. I've been told that I should not body shame the damage and that it's doing its best.
Good call. Good call.
That's oh no, that's wrong. I rolled a d20, not a d10. I was like, how did I get a 31?
Is that why it's been critting me?
No. What did you roll?
24.
It got a 20.
All right.
I'm gonna turn that into a clip when this is uploaded.
21 points of damage. And then for location, I roll a d8, d10. What would I roll for that?
Location.
D10.
D10?
Yep.
8.
8 is.
There's a table for this.
Yeah, I think I'm looking at it right. Right, monster damage location.
Left limb.
Left limb. So
Half damage.
It deals half damage.
Okay, so 16.
16. And then you get through
And then
its
this is-
armor by a little. Oops. Okay. You are chipping away at it. Chipping away is the right word.
Good. This is going to be another 2 points of stamina, and in that low swing with the cleaver from one hand, he is then going to pull Thorn out again and try and stab into it with Thorn.
All right. It will also spend 2 stamina to try to dodge again.
A 30.
It fumbles by 4.
Ooh.
So
Is
1
that good for me?
1 to 5
Yeah,
is unfortunately no major fumble.
Okay.
But-
Well,
What did you roll?
It fumbled by
30.
4. He got a 30.
No.
Oh yeah, you get a
A
crit.
30.
It is good for you.
Yeah. Beat its defense by 15. That is a deadly. So bonus damage 10. And you're rolling on the deadly critical table.
Nice. So bonus damage is 10. Let me roll this damage real
Yep.
quick. It is 100% poison.
22. Let me see.
So 20 points of damage. That's with the plus 10.
Hold on a second.
You good, you good.
Okay, I found my old what I said about this because you guys don't have difficulty ratings.
Nope.
Monsters have difficulty ratings, which is what we use for the critical wounds table for monsters. That was my I found when I talked about it because I was like, you guys don't have difficulty ratings. I don't know how to let you guys do critical attacks.
That's why I just posted the critical wounds table in our Discord.
Yeah. So I think the way I said it is correct to what we're about to do is depending on how much you beat its defense by is the table we will roll on. So if you did beat its defense by more than 15, you will be on the deadly table, which does an additional 10 damage, and let's see. You roll a d12.
Yep, it's D12 for all of them.
Grab this 12. I need the green 12 because I'm a viper. That will be a 2.
A 2. A compound
Dismembered
leg fracture. Oh, we're looking at deadly? Oh yeah, deadly.
Yep.
Yeah, dismembered leg. The blow tears your leg from your body or damages it beyond repair. Quarter its speed, dodge, escape, and athletics, and the wound begins bleeding. So what does this look like as you disable a leg with a wooden dagger? And what was the damage total again?
20.
Okay.
So it is bleeding from dismembered leg. It also had a 75% chance to bleed on its own. It is 100% poisoned as well. And this is just the combination of like a viper biting at something's leg. The first cut into that lower extremity just kind of opened a wound, and then Thorn drived into it fast, very deep into it, was able to sever those tendons. Anything else that was left inside the wound was torn asunder by the gemmed edge of this wooden dagger, and then the poison starts seeping in as blood starts pouring out.
And it like drops down a little bit as it starts like staggering on this one ruined leg.
And Osvaldo just pulls head back, like still in that very low crouched position, and his just eyes locked in with the wyvern. Every time its eyes dart, Osvaldo's head is moving in the same position its eyes are trying to look away from.
Hell yeah.
Like a cobra waiting to strike.
Hell yeah. All right. Dorvic. What is our priest doing?
Okay, I will just shoot at it again, but I definitely don't want to target the head while this behavior is going on. But yeah, rinse and repeat. I did my whole like 4 damage last time. Let's see if I can do Let's see how many more I can do.
Aim for the severed leg,
Yeah, I'll do that actually. I did explode
where
again.
it's least armored.
Looks like a 27 to hit with.
Okay. Let me... Hold on.
Don't worry about it. I rolled so bad on the damage.
Oh, no.
Don't worry about it.
Each turn it is going to take 5 points of damage, though.
I think it would be when it rolls back to it.
Yeah, 2 points of bleed, or 2 points of bleed, 3 points of poison.
How much damage did you roll?
8. So if it has armor,
So it does
for
nothing.
10, it does nothing. That's why I said don't worry about it.
Okay.
I rolled really bad. But I will spend another stamina to see if I can.
It's not going to
hit
spend
and also
stamina.
do damage. Okay.
It is not going to spend stamina, so as long as you don't fumble.
I did not fumble. If I can.
Less than 10?
11.
Oh, okay. 1 point of damage.
That's so funny. Okay.
All damage matters.
1 damage. That was just for you.
All right, you hanging out?
There you go. Yep.
Vidar.
Cool. Despite the wound that he took, he's still gonna keep going after it with fate.
All right.
Especially once he saw Osvaldo dismember it. In his mind, this is just work. He's not playing competition, so don't worry about that ego. That doesn't exist. He's just looking to kill the damn thing at this point. Especially once they discovered, it's not a griffin, it's a wyvern. It's worse. So let's go. 23.
All right. That's a 16.
Cool. Wait a minute. That's 7. Got it 7. I crit on it.
Yeah.
Technically. So 1 sec. That's 3 bonus damage. Let me left limb.
Half damage.
Yep. So together 15 plus, so 35 points have to 17. So it'll be 20. Because 18 plus 17 is 35 and halved. And we're rounding down, that'd be 17 plus 3 is 20 points total. So 10 points.
Yep.
Actually, let me look at the. Okay, greater focus and stagger. Technically, it's got a 75% chance of being staggered.
Yes.
But let me roll on the simple crit table real quick.
Resistant.
2, sprained leg. I don't know how you
It's other leg.
sprain an dismembered leg, but it's got a -2 to speed, dodge, escape, and athletics. So -2 to it's already quartered.
And I'm just gonna roll a D100 here to see what happens with the stagger. It has you have a 75% chance to stagger it. It's staggered,
Cool.
which is another -2. It's a -2 to its next action, but at the beginning of its next round, he recovers his balance.
Neat. Well, I'm going to take another 2 stamina
And it will try as well with all of the negatives.
to hit it again. $27.
It needs the blow up to succeed. It does not.
Nope. Cool. That was 13. Difficult. So that's another crit. Adding 8 damage to what I got. So 46 plus 8.
54.
54. And let me... Right limb. So we're looking at what? 27?
Yep.
So 27 points total. And let me roll on the difficult wound table this time. That's an 8. What does an 8 get me? Sucking chest wound.
Mm-hmm.
The wound tears your lung, which fills your chest with air, crushing organs. You take -3 to body and speed. You also start suffocating.
Lovely.
Yep.
He's bleeding, he's poisoned, he's suffocating, he's staggered, he's missing a limb.
What was the damage total?
So
27.
27 total, with it being halved. So 17 after
Down to
the armor reduction.
So 17 down to 7. Or is that already
No.
reduced?
27, and then minus the 10 armor. So that's 17 having gone through.
Okay. Alrighty. That is
And that's
all
it.
from you as you rip and tear this wyvern apart. The trolls have a back and forth. The one standing over its brother is trying to pull its brother up, pointing to all of you, saying stuff like, "Look, the humans are here to save us." The other one refuses to get up. He is, "But if I don't move, it won't know I'm a rock." And that's their turns. The wyvern backing up a little bit, barely. It has like almost no movement to do so, really, but just barely enough to have the two witchers in view. I need both of you to roll. Oh no, it's gonna stay where it is. It's gonna just look at Vidar.
It's gonna try to flame breath me, isn't it?
I need to see its actual sheet for this.
Takes 5 points
And
of
I-
damage at the beginning of its turn.
Yep.
Yep. And I ask, is this something that can be black with magic?
I'm not sure.
Cool.
Because it doesn't tell me if you can.
Ah.
Like the lesson said you could make a dodge escape to avoid its tangling roots. The wyvern, its ability to spit venom, not fire, venom, says it can spit venom at up to one target and deal damage with a chance of poisoning. It doesn't say a roll for you to avoid it. And I don't know if that is meant, if the book is meant to, like, just have the GM know what to ask for to roll, or if it's an automatic thing or not. Because all of its weapon attacks, obviously it has to roll. its spit venom just says it can spit venom at you.
Yep. Hold on. I'm not trying to meta. I'm literally just trying to look in the background here to see
if you can
anyone...
find. Yeah, I was just gonna say, if like you want to look it up and find something. Otherwise, I'm more than open to leaving it to like group vote here, because it doesn't give me a role to ask you to do. It straight up just says the wyvern can spit venom at one target.
If I see it rearing its head up to do this, since I have contended with wyverns enough to have decoctions and mutagens of it, can I spend stamina to give Vidar the chance to dodge it?
I was also gonna ask if I could just use a sign to create an active shield around me to block it.
I'm going to, okay, because it is very all over the place and it doesn't have, at least in the book, a flat ruling of telling me what to ask you to do. I think the way for now that I'm going to rule it is if you want to either spend your own stamina to active shield or have Osvaldo spend 2 stamina to call it out.
Or its tail?
It is not its tail. It is spitting venom, which is just at one target. Because it also has tail barbs. That is not this.
Okay.
So I think for now the way I'm going to do it is whether you spend the stamina for your active shield or Osvaldo spends his 2 to call it out and give you this dodge. You can do either. I'm going to spend 4 stamina specifically just for Quen, normal Quen. Okay.
So I can at least block 3 other attacks after this.
Because I was going to say, in fairness for not knowing really, I'm going to reduce its poison chance to 50%, and I'll have you take half damage. It's going to go through armor, but it's going to go to half and be a 50% chance of poisoning. As it spits venom at you, Vidar.
So not poisoned.
So you won't be poisoned, and it will be half of this in damage. Let me just get its numbers. So half of 14 as
7.
It spits venom against your everything. A little bit of it gets through the Quen. And bleeding, poisoned, and suffocating.
And staggered.
And staggered, which actually goes away because it got to its turn.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna take flight.
Do we have an option to attack it as it's trying to leave us?
I don't think attacks of opportunity are a thing in The Witcher. Because I have had creatures in the past back up.
I do have a thing.
If you have a thing, I'd love to hear a thing.
I need to consult the tome.
The ancient tome.
Real quick. To be certain that it works the way that my brain is telling me that it does work. Get to my skill tree.
We love skill
Of course,
trees.
it's the very last one.
Yep.
Oh, it takes also 3 points of damage because suffocation.
I did that earlier.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I was on top of that.
I happened to notice it.
Quick Strike.
Quick
After
strike.
a Witcher takes their turn, they can spend 5 stamina and make a Quick Strike roll at a DC equal to their opponent's reflex times 3. On a success, they make another single strike in that round. The attack must be made against an opponent they already rolled against, but can include disarms, trips, or other attacks.
Yep, that is a thing that if you have levels in can do.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's going to start taking flight, I am going to take a Quick Strike. I'll spend the stamina.
Go for it, yeah.
And this will again be with the Cleaver.
And what was the roll again? What was the DC?
The DC is against 3 times their reflex score.
Okay. All right. That's a big number.
31.
You beat it by 1. You beat it by 1.
Armor piercing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to roll for where it's hitting. This is a 2, so I'm hitting torso.
All right.
And this will be 21 points of damage.
Okay.
So with armor piercing, it reduces the armor in half. So 5 points off of that will be 16.
And remember, he still does take half from piercing and slashing.
Oh, so he'll take 8.
Yep. He's hurt. He is still flying away. He's still starting to rise very sluggishly.
Well, we do have a mage up
He
next.
can't. He never attacked the earthen spike. Oh shit! I fucked up. Oh shit! He can't do that. Actually,
He didn't break away from the earthen spike.
he didn't. The earthen spike may have not done damage, but it kept him there.
To be fair, we actually never clarified whether or not the leg that was severed was the one that the earthen spike had punctured.
It's still, the spike is still in it. As Averan, a year ago. It's dying. It's dying.
Oh, wait. Damn it, I was actually kind of hoping that it was taking off, because I had something, like, really fucking cool that I had thought of just in case that were to happen. I was gonna use Brand of Fire on the membrane of its wing, and brand the word fall as the word, like, burned a hole through the membrane, and then the air going through it causes it to rip further. But... is it still on the ground?
It is, yes.
Okay.
It's frantically flapping.
Yeah.
That's fair. Well, it's on the ground, you see. I will have to send another earthen spike its way.
Okay. Roll your spell casting.
Oh, I can do that? Oh, wait, no, I don't want to do that. That's fine, that's fine. I just realized I can actually call location. Like, that's 21.
Okay. That's a 10.
Yeah. That's a crit, wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so the leg, awesome. Reinforcing that
complex.
spike. So what would I roll for the crit table?
So
D12
you
for
get
complex.
an extra 5 points of damage, and it's a D12 on complex. So I got a 7 broken ribs.
Ah, yes, I imagine. So what happens, right, is he Robin Hoods the Earthen Spike, sending the first chunk of Earthen Spike up into the ribs like a projectile, right? And that's where that's happening.
And as the earthen spike goes jettisoning into the ribs of the wyvern, you all hear it let out this one last roar and like sputtering of venom onto the ground and in its jaw, and it drops.
I get to harvest in.
Yeah, no, Vidar's also getting in there too. It's like, oh, wyvern, cool. Let's get some parts out of this.
All right, let me go to here. So, to get a mutagen is a Witcher training of a DC 16.
Damn it.
There are, I mean, there are roles for gathering its parts, but if you're going for the mutagen, it's a 16. What'd you roll, Ark?
So exploding twice for a total of 38. Could I have gathered enough for Vidar to have one as well?
I will say you can have gathered 2 wyvern mutagens.
Appreciate it.
At seeing Vidar struggle,
I'm gonna blame the fucking.
blame whatever you want.
I'm gonna blame that fucking
As
crit
well
that I
as
got.
with your exploding dice there, Ark, you will also recover 12 Draconid scales.
Perfect. That's the stuff I like to have.
As you are carving into this wyvern, are Dorvic and Averan now approaching closer?
Yes.
Indeed. And
Okay.
if I see that it's gonna be like a long process of them like carving up this wyvern, because I mean it's a freaking wyvern. I mean I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that we can get out of that. But Averan would actually like sit down and like take the time to start like mixing together saltpeter, sulfur, and charcoal in his alchemy set, since you know that's time used.
Mm-hmm. As you guys are all doing this and taking this time, you see the rock troll in like the imitation armor grab the other rock troll off the ground now and like smack him upside the head and looks at all of you and he says, "Now Oz, say hello to the humies who saved you." "Hello. Good to meet you all."
Oz. And then we'll turn the hand to the other rock troll waiting to hear its name.
He says, "Oh, yes, you can call me Ob. I am the smartest of the 3 of us, as you can see in my wares." And he, like, shows himself off.
Oz. Ob. Osvaldo.
"Whoa, your name is almost like mine."
Yes, some of the best people share similar names.
Ob looks at his brother and says, "When you're done, drag the big lizard back to the cave. We're having ourselves a feast."
No, no, no.
"Do you not want to join us for a feast? We can introduce you to our other brother.
We need to take this for other people to learn.
You see Oz says, "Oh, does that mean we no feast, Ob?" Ob looks back to you guys and says, "Well, maybe a little feast?"
Looks over at the foot that got cut off.
He'll look down at it and grab it and say, I guess this'll do. Would you still like to join us? I hear it's customary amongst you humies to invite someone to a feast when you are saved."
Look to the rest of the group.
Yep. Also looks to the rest.
Sure. Why not?
"Oh, good. This is wonderful to hear." And he begins like clapping his hands, which lets out like it's like thunder through the trees. And you see, he looks at his brother and says, "Oh, come on now, Oz. We have to get a feast ready. We're having guests." And they both immediately like turn and begin running up the hill towards like a cave you can see in the hillside. And the way they run is very much like gorillas. You know, they're humanoids. They're standing on two legs, but their knuckles are on the ground as they run.
It's real long arms,
Yeah,
so it's just easier to lean forward.
exactly.
Osvaldo's just gonna get to preparing wrapping so that they could tie this thing off to Cinead's horse.
Mm-hmm.
4 horrors.
I'm also
And
sharing
get,
what rock trolls look like in our Discord.
Aw. I like them.
And turn to Aver and offer some of the scales.
Ren will gladly take a few. Slide them in his pocket. Thank you.
How many?
Appreciate it.
And he'll have all 12 of the pristine ones that he could cut free. He'll have all 12 of them in his hand for you to take your pick.
He'll take like 2. Thank you. These will do. These will do.
Before walking too far away from it, it's got venomous barbs on its tail, right?
It does.
I'd like to try to harvest some of those.
Okay, give me a Witcher training.
21. Oh,
Yeah.
I could have got that earlier.
I'll say you can pick off carefully. I'll say, let's see. I'm gonna roll D10.
It'll do.
And if it's a low number, it's just because how safely you're determining to pull them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So you get 2 intact barbs that are safe enough to pull free.
Gotcha.
Offer Dorvic. There's 10 pristine Draconid scales.
I take one.
Just one? You don't have any other? Okay. I'm gonna put 3 in Cinead's pocket. And then give 3 to Vidar.
He'll hold out one of the barbs towards Osvaldo.
No, you keep that. This never fails. And he's tapping at that sheathed wooden dagger in the middle of his chest.
He shrugs, carefully stores it away, and is going to start inspecting his wound as I assume we start to make our way up.
Oh, how fucked up are you?
Oh, speaking of which,
Of half.
Averan will walk over to Vidar and like start pulling out some of that like cotton in his wound, and then be like, ugh, and like pull out some of the sterilizing fluid that he had gotten from the Baron, and like pour that over that wound, fix that right up.
What does that do for Vidar?
It removes any infections, and it also like gives a +2 to heal rate.
Okay.
Looks like we don't have to put the old boy down early.
Just gives you a look, but otherwise doesn't respond.
And like the thing that I find funny is it's like it probably burns like a motherfucker. But, like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but honestly, for all the shit that they've been through, it's probably just like stone facing it the entire time.
Mm-hmm. Has
Right.
anything from Dorvic, I should ask.
I'm along for the ride at this point.
Okay. So you're all heading up towards the cave that you saw the rock trolls gleefully run towards?
At least it's a safe place to rest if we need to rest, if we need to make camp early. Looking at Vidar's gaping wound that has just been cleaned and sterilized.
Once we settle down, I can help more with that.
Okay. As you all head up this hill, the camera is going to leave you all. Is going to head into the city once more, into the witch hunter headquarters, where we hear screaming of pain. The camera moves into a cell where this is only really going to track for two of you, unfortunately, but strapped to what are the are they just called flaying stands? You know, the like X stands that people get tied to? Are they just called flaying stands?
See.
Okay. Strapped to a flaying stand is the very merchant who originally gave you the quest to head to Novigrad. He is begging for his life. Please, I've told you everything I can about them. They have mages. Maybe you could do something with that. The camera spins around them, where you see their entire back has been flayed. Their spine ripping through the skin and the meat. And off the side, on a bloody table, is what appears to be the start of a cape. A cape made of his flesh and skin. And that is where we will end for tonight. As, while we may have a tiny little party with some rock trolls, next session, and it's a shame that a certain someone won't be here for it, will be the introduction of our next guest player and guest villain for the campaign. But for now, before I officially say goodbye to everyone, say all the stuff that you got going on.
Hi everybody, I'm Ark or Ark Like Court. I'm a TTRPG content creator, game designer, and writer. Some of the faces that are here with me, that being the amazing game master here tonight and my fellow Witcher Vidar, are a part of a sponsored mini-series with D20 Culture, the creators of the Justice League Unlimited TTRPG. We have a mini-series that kicks off, we did a live session 0 yesterday, over on my Twitch channel. You'll find that on YouTube at the end of the week. Next week on the 9th will be episode 1 of Justice League Unlimited One More Hero, which is one part of a 3-part mini-series leading up to the release of the Justice League Unlimited core rulebooks from D20 Culture. We're super thankful and grateful that they sponsored us and allowed us to have access to the game and be able to do this leading up to the release. I write TTRPGs. I create games. I've created the game Soul Wheel that was run right here on this channel not very long ago with some of the amazing people who are also here. Also Turning by Dusk, which was also featured on this channel not too long ago with some of the people that are here. If you're interested in micro TTRPGs to introduce your friends to how to play, get a copy of Pocket World Anthology, available physical and digital on my website, arklikecourt.com. Do you like Kamen Rider, Power Rangers, the Tokusatsu, brand and appearance, those kind of stories? You can get Heroes, a Tokusatsu TTRPG, same website, physical or digital. And if you enjoy occult modern thrillers, if you want to try a diceless TTRPG, if you want to get real spooky, esoteric, and mind gamey with your homies, check out Vocarium, a full TTRPG available on my website, arklikecourt.com, in hardcover, paperback, and digital as well. The only thing I'm doing this month is the Justice League Unlimited series, as I have take a small hiatus from streaming and everything, but we are here doing this before I disappear into the ether for a couple of weeks. But that's all the stuff I got.
And I will take over for you, Delphian chat. Yes, do not forget Musical Chairs, their Fabula Ultima campaign based around music, which is on opposite Wednesdays from The Witcher. That's everything going on. Like I said, we will be back in 2 weeks with our next guest player. We will unfortunately not have an Osvaldo with us, so any evil that happens will be blamed on him. But we will be back in 2 weeks. Thank you all for watching. Yes. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye!